In a minute, we will be having a conversation with Varun Shetty, a former Coffee Skills Diploma student of First Cracks. But first, I want to tell you about a few changes to the SCA's Coffee Skills Diploma program. At the end of the year, the SCA will be deprecating their highest diploma, the Coffee Skills Diploma, in favor of an array of diplomas called the SCA Skills Diplomas. Details can be found at education.sca.coffee. For students who sign up with us before the beginning of October, we will be offering a 10% discount on all diploma bundles, in-person, hybrid, as well as online formats. For information or to sign up, email info@firstcrack.com. Now let's talk with Varun.
Okay, so we have Varun Shetty here. Varun, would you like to give a little bit of background for us?
Yeah, hi. My name's Varun. I am a coffee enthusiast. I'm also a physician, so it's a marriage made in heaven. We don't function well without coffee, and I went off the deep end, and I wanted to learn more about coffee, and that's how I found SCA. That's how I found First Crack and SCA.
Great. So I wanted to mention Varun has been very generous in exchange for allowing us to speak with him. I offered to give him a free foundation level course or something to that end. And Varun asked to be able to pay it forward. And so we are opening up this opportunity to any underprivileged student. So if you are short on cash and would like to take a foundation level SCA course from First Crack, then let us know, reach out to us, and all of our contact information, my email and so on, it's available at firstcrack.com. So thank you again, Varun. That's very generous, and I'm looking forward to being able to work with a student on your behalf.
Sure.
So could you tell me a little bit about your interest in coffee and how that came about?
Yeah, my partner used to make coffee for me every day. He would make pour overs, and then when he left for a job for a year, I couldn't make a good cup of coffee to save my life. It was either too dark, too strong, too bitter, or just too light. And then I started watching videos online with all these pour over techniques and everything, and I just went down the rabbit hole and I kept experimenting. And then I was like, you know what? I wanna pay attention to this. And I just got really interested. So I was trying to look at what is the highest level of learning I could find in coffee, and I found SCA certification, certified courses, and Cleveland. In Cleveland, the course was offered by First Crack, and that's how I found First Crack, and that's how I wanted to learn more about coffee.
Sure. I suppose you already kind of answered the question, but was there anything specific about the Coffee Skills Diploma that drew you to that as opposed to any other certifications or options or anything like that?
Yeah, I've always wanted to, in addition to just building on my brewing skills, on my pour over skills, I wanted to learn how to taste coffee in a more educated manner. So the sensory skills part of it was really interesting. And I've always loved cappuccinos, even since I was in India. But I never knew how to pull shots. I never knew how to make latte art. And you were offering that. So it was like I could learn all of these things in a short period of time and gain skills for life.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. Great. Well, I'm glad that worked out. Could you also speak a little bit for me, please, to what your learning experience was like? In other words, kind of walk someone through what it's like learning from First Crack and so on.
Yeah, it's so for me, the classes were lined up. It was 3 full days of classes, and it was set up really well. The first day was sensory, and it's really interesting because on my own, I would not buy all these different kinds of coffees at these different roast levels and set up tastings. Like I did not know how to cup a cup coffee, how much to use, and so all of those things were made easy. And then when you taste those coffees side by side, it's just like your mind opens up. You're like, oh my God, this is so different. And I would never have that opportunity to do it on my own. And then the next day, once we laid the foundation to taste coffees and to appreciate the difference between them and to score them, and then how we calibrated, then we developed a common language, a common vocabulary. and could move on to brewing the next day, where I kind of tweaked some of my techniques that I was already doing. And then the third day, just pull in espresso shots and the time crunch of it, on how to make like several cups of coffee. I learned all that, and was so it was a lot of learning packed within 3 days, and I'll never forget that.
Sure. You did really well on the theoretical exams too. Was like, could you speak to that experience and like, as you know, we have a bunch of course books and their ebooks.
Yeah,
How
your
did that
course books,
learning
your
format work
course
for you?
books were phenomenal. I mean,
Thanks.
I basically just went backwards because you have such a great set of example questions. So I just did those, and then when I got something wrong, I would go back and read the text. So it was so helpful to actually do that, and then just be so well prepared for the theoretical exam. So I don't know how we would have done it without the course books, because there are some level of detail in those questions that you would not know on your own if you didn't have some sort of course books with that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks. I'm glad to hear that they worked as intended. So, yeah. So last question: what's next for you? And I suppose last two questions. Also, what goals do you have in coffee?
Yeah, I wanna. I am at this place where I have all these skills, and now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with them, other than make coffee for friends and for myself. One, you know, my first cup of coffee in the morning is so important to me, and I savor it, and that's a gift that I have now. That's never gonna go away. But I'm thinking somewhere in the near future, or I'm thinking about opening a coffee shop. I'm just trying to find my focus, trying to kind of get settled and figure out how it's going to be done. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving me the confidence to be able to even think about it.
Yeah, yeah. You gave yourself that, but I appreciate that. So yeah, and I can speak for the whole First Crack team that everyone enjoyed working with you. And so, as we've discussed, if and when the cafe materializes and it happens to be in Cleveland, then we'd all be thrilled to
Yeah.
continue working with you.
Yeah.
So
And thank you
yeah,
for bouncing off, being able to bounce off ideas with you too. So that was very helpful as well. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So great. Well, Varun, again, a big thanks. And to everyone and anyone who is watching this, again, should you be in a position where you would like to take an SCA foundation level course and might be a little bit underprivileged or financially challenged, then please reach out to us. And on behalf of Varun, we'd be happy to offer that to a select student. So again, thank you to that end as well, Varun. Good to see you again, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sure we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
So.
Thanks. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.